everybody, Dicko here, out for another hike on Dante's Trail in Purgatory Creek Natural Area. And I just wanted to start out. I don't know how many miles I'm going to do today. I'm planning on starting at the eastern parking lot this time, which is the one at Wonderworld Drive and Hunter Road, and basically taking Dante to the Beatrix Trail, and then taking the Beatrix Trail around the I guess it would be the southern boundary of the trail, and meeting back up with Dante's Trail. And then after Gecko's Overlook, I'll take the Paraiso Trail, also around the southern and western boundaries, and link back up with Dante's Trail. I don't know if I'm going to go to the western parking lot and turn back, or just take the Styx Loop and go back out on Dante's Trail the whole way back. So I'm looking at a minimum of like 9 or 10 miles, maybe 12 miles. So my goal is to do that in about 5 hours. So without further ado, let's get on with the hike. And I'll turn the camera around so you can see where I'm going. All right, so I haven't been on this side of the trail in quite a while, but it looks like they are building a bridge feature over this wet area of Purgatory Creek. So let's check it out. They're rerouting a lot of the trails. They're probably going to turn around and make this more ADA friendly for people with wheelchairs and motorized scooters and whatnot. So they've got the rock walls built up, and then the main portion of the bridge over here. They don't have the guardrails up yet, which is the reason for the caution tape. But this is really nice. You can stand out to the side and look over the wet area once it rains, if ever. And looking out this way. So yeah, it's gonna be nice. Probably gonna have something here, looks like benches right there. Probably gonna put another one over here. So that is cool. And for those of you that didn't get to watch my last little 4-minute video, I had a little bit of good news that I was sharing. My application to blog the CDT for the trek was approved. So once I start through hiking on the CDT, I will be blogging it for the trek. Yay! I can't wait to get started. Now, they don't pay you to do it. I think they have like an area for bloggers to where they can get discounts at merchants. I'm not sure. I'll have to check all that stuff out once I get my account set up and everything. Won't be for a while yet. Let's see what else is going on. They should really enforce these switchbacks if they want the trail to look nice. It goes this way, and then you turn around and you go this way. See, they put logs over the trails they don't want people to go on, and I guess that works until it grows up. And then you come this way, but see how that they need to put logs there. So people will stop using that. And like right here, they put a whole bunch of logs up for that switch back up there. And eventually, all this will probably be the white gravel, like the Styx trail. That would be nice, at least in this section. Once you get to the middle area of the trails, I would like there still to be some primitive trails with the rocks and everything for those of us who want to come out here and practice for through hikes, because that's one of the reasons I really like this trail. You can stitch together all lengths of hikes in all different terrains. So there was something else I was wanting to say. Can't really remember right now. Okay. Oh, yeah. As far as getting my gear, let me switch hands right quick. As far as getting my gear, I still only have my 1.5 man cloth nature tent, which is 5.2 pounds. It's heavy, but it's a good size and it's quality construction from what I can see. Oh, now they're trying to get rid of that trail over there for good at the foot of the dam. So they have park boundary. So they're getting rid of that trail over there. So anyway, as far as getting my gear, I have my tent. And I also have my Alpine Start trekking poles, which I really, really like. Let's see. Okay, we need to go this way. And that's basically all that I have so far. And the reason for that is we had an unexpected emergency in the family. My wife's dog, Jasper, who was the spitting image of Benji. If any of you know who Benji was, I know that was back in the 70s. But Benji was a really famous dog that had a whole bunch of movies. So he was a Benji dog, and one night when I was getting ready to go to bed, I noticed that he was really sluggish. He stood at the opening of his kennel, but he wouldn't get in. His head was down, his tail was down. He just looked like he didn't feel good, or he was half asleep, which I honestly thought was the case. So I told him to get on his bed. He got on his bed. The next morning, he's laying out in the middle of the living room, and my youngest daughter tripped over him when she got up. And apparently he was doing really bad. And my wife kind of woke me up and said, "Hey, me and the girls are taking Jasper to the vet. He's really sick." So they took him, and apparently he had some sort of growth on his spleen that ruptured, and he was bleeding internally. So they tried everything that they could, but the surgery that he ended up needing was going to cost like $5,000. But by the time, before we were able to make a decision, he had already passed away. So that bill ended up costing like $900. So, and I'm not complaining in the least, but that kind of ate into my gear buying fund. But I'm not upset. I'm not bitching about it. I'm not being an asshole about it. It had to be done, and I understand that. And when it comes to family members, four-legged or otherwise, hiking takes a back seat, and it will every time. So we're still working on getting gear. Every time backpacker.com or some of the companies that I follow on Instagram have sweepstakes, like the ultralight fall backpacking sweepstakes or whatever, I enter as many times as I can in the hopes of winning. I haven't won anything yet, but I'm supposed to be out on the trail this year. I know this. I've had all kinds of signs telling me this is the year you have things to do out on the trail. And you have lessons you need to learn and things that you can do to teach other people certain things. I won't know until they present themselves. But I feel that the universe is kicking me out on a walkabout. So I'm meant to be out there. I'll find a way. So that's basically that. On another note, I did apply through Bass Pro Shop and Cabela's for sponsorship or help with gear and maybe some sort of stipend. And so because I have a company that I'm doing this as, Ravenshire Creations, operating as Gecko's Trails. It's not a nonprofit, but they don't give to individuals. So I had to do it through my company. And they did have a section for companies, including nonprofit. So that would include me. And I got an email back from them stating that we've received your application and it is currently under review. So basically, I asked for a 60-liter backpack and a 20-degree sleeping bag, and possible financial help along the way. And I'll be more than willing to be an ambassador for them out on the trail. I mean, because Cabela's and Bass Pro Shop, that is a major name brand, you know. Hell, I'll even spring for one of their shirts and I'll wear it on the trail. Or a hat. A hat would probably be better, unless they have a good hiking shirt that has their name on it. So I also applied for another grant. I don't really remember the name of it right now. I applied for a couple of them. One of them I didn't get approved for the simple fact that it wasn't necessarily a grant as much as it was services for veterans who are disabled in an outdoor setting. Like they have a camp that veterans can go to where they can go hiking, they can go fishing, they can go hunting, whatever. And me, personally, I was wanting more of a grant situation, or a situation where they would provide me gear as a way of helping me get out on the trail and kind of mitigating some of my costs, since I am on a budget, basically $70 a week. That's one of my biggest concerns, is that money's not going to be enough. And I don't want to necessarily be a burden on my wife since she's the only one working and paying the bills and whatnot. I mean, both of our daughters work and they are more than willing to help out, but it makes me feel guilty about not contributing financially to the family. But they also understand that this is something that I feel I need to do on a personal and spiritual level. They totally understand that. And they're willing to support me in whatever way they can. And I have certain web communities that I'm a part of that have also pledged their support and help. And then, of course, there's the YouTube channel, my blog, the Trex blog now, and, Instagram, Twitter, all of my social media. All of my social media is linked to my Patreon and my PayPal link. So, the biggest yay I have about blogging for the Trek is exposure. I'll get myself put out there to where people can follow my YouTube channel, because I'll post my YouTube videos on my blogs. So, they follow the link back to my YouTube channel, they subscribe, I get followers. At a certain point, it becomes monetized. And of course, it's linked to my Patreon and PayPal, which gets me subscribers and followers on Patreon. So it's all going to work out. I'm meant to do this. The universe and the trail will provide. So let me put you away. I don't want this video to be way long, so I'll pull you out a little later. All right. Well, I've finished the Beatrice Trail, and I'm back on Dante's Trail. I don't know. I've gone just over 2 miles. I'm pretty much pulling down let's see, 20 to 25 minute mile. So that's about 2.5 miles an hour. So, okay, well, we got the bicyclist coming back. Let me step off the trail here. Thanks again. You're welcome. Okay, so the last I heard from Nightcrawler about starting the CDT, and I apologize if the wind is kind of loud. I don't have any wind sock or anything. No fluffy dead bunnies on my microphone. So anyway, last I heard from Nightcrawler was that he plans on starting the CDT on March 27th, same as me, depending on how the election goes. I know the election is the big thing right now because Nevada is taking forever to get their official counts in. It is November 5th. The election was 2 days ago. They're still not done. I mean, how hard is it to count votes? Everybody else has pretty much done it. But he is the blue state that will push Biden to 270 electoral votes and close Trump out. That is the hope. As you can tell, I won't say anti-Trump, but I don't want him in office another 4 years. I can't handle that level of stupidity. And what really surprises me, well, I guess at this point I shouldn't be surprised by anything in this country, but fully almost half of the people in the United States voted for that idiot again. And I'm sorry if y'all are Trump supporters, but I'm sorry, his record stands against him as far as personality, intention, the stuff he stands for, and just the bullshit that he's tried to pull. I'm sorry. The House impeached him for a reason, even though the Senate was too cowardly enough to do it. Sorry, I didn't want this to be a political rant, but anyway, Nightcrawler said if Trump won, he was potentially going to relocate to Ecuador, which I looked into Ecuador. It's fine. They have a decent sized expat community, which is people from other countries relocating to that country. A lot of Americans have done it. It's just the cost of living is way cheaper there. But the thing you've got to realize is most of their economy is based on oil. And oil is a dwindling resource. Eventually it's going to be gone. At that point, their economy is going to tank. And who knows how soon that's going to be. Me personally, I would have opted for New Zealand for the simple fact it's during this whole COVID crisis, it has been the best country as far as taking precautions for its citizens than any other country in the world. It closed its borders, shut everything down, and they had a very low COVID-19 infection rate. And they have the most stable economy of any country on this planet. And that's a fact. Not to mention the beautiful scenery, awesome hiking, and just sheer culture. Their native culture is awesome. I'm sorry, I'm partial to New Zealand. Eventually I'd like to hike the Te Aurora. It goes from the southern tip of the southern island to the northern tip of the northern island. That would be an awesome hike. Eventually maybe I'll do it. I got to do the Triple Crown first though. So it's going to be a few years. So anyway, hopefully Nightcrawler will be starting the trail the same time I am. Because I would love to hike with that dude. He is awesome. And if you're watching this, Nightcrawler, thanks for the years of videos that you've provided us and the inspiration that you've given to people like me to get out there and through hike a trail. You have provided years of entertainment, and I hope that you will in the future provide years more of entertainment. We will be following you and we love you. Not in a creepy sort of way, but in a brotherly sort of way. So I'm making my way to Gecko's Overlook. I'll probably be there in 15-20 minutes. I'll pull you back out there. All right, people. Well, I'm at Gecko's Overlook for the second time. I've already been to the other parking lot. I'm on my way back to the parking lot I started at. So it's going to be over 10 miles today. I'll let you know either at the parking lot or once I get home and get my battery charged a little bit. It's going to die on me. Hopefully it'll make it to the end of the trail today. So I got to sign off. I'll talk at you later. So I'm back at home. I plugged my phone into the charger. So I ended up doing 10.27 miles in 4 hours, 14 minutes, and 44 seconds. A lot of fours. So there you have it. I had me a lot of fun. Now I'm sore. Only the bottoms of my feet, really. My back's complaining a little bit, but I don't know, nothing ibuprofen won't take care of. All right, y'all stay safe. I'll catch y'all later. Gecko out.